This video is to help students prepare for the String Orchestra audition for the Houston Youth Symphony's 2021-2022 season. Our excerpt on this audition is by Britten. It is the frolicsome finale from his Simple Symphony. Our excerpt's final tempo is 100 for the half note, and our excerpt is in cut time, meaning the half note gets the beat. As I start to prepare an excerpt, I never want to start at full tempo right away. Usually if I do that, I will miss important details in my preparation. I'm going to go ahead and start the excerpt at half tempo so that I have plenty of time while I'm playing to make sure I understand the rhythm, can plan ahead for my fingers, and make sure that I'm playing in tune and in time. Here is our excerpt at half tempo. I'm going to put my metronome on 50 for the half note. Playing it this slowly, there are several things I want to bring to your attention. In the descending scale at the beginning, we are not matching our key signature very well with all of these added accidentals. We want to make sure that we really understand where all the half steps are in this descending scale. We're starting on F, E flat, whole step down for D flat, making sure my first finger goes exactly where I hear that D flat. And then when I shift back to first position here, I'll play a C natural, really close to the D flat I just played. B flat, A flat, G flat, making sure my third finger goes extra low there, so that's a half step above my F natural. E flat and D sharp should sound exactly the same. D sharp is a half step above D natural. E flat is a half step below E natural. If we were playing this on the piano, it would be the black key right in between those two white keys, D and E. You may have noticed that in the performance of the excerpt, I was playing each of those half notes as 4 eighth notes. That is because of the line underneath the note indicating that we should subdivide each of those into 4. Another feature I want to bring out as we're playing this slowly is the big dynamic changes that we have and the accents throughout. We start with an accent and have a very quick diminuendo to piano. Our solo section is forte, and you may have noticed that we have accents as well. I do those accents both with my left hand and by giving extra emphasis on the bow. You can see the vibrato intensify for the accents. Finally, on the last line, we have quarter notes with that are doubled as eighth notes with accents and some single quarter notes with accents. We want to make sure, again, that we use vibrato, especially on the single quarter notes, to make sure that they really ring and that our left hand supports the accent that our bow makes. For that purpose, I will go into third position when I get to those quarter notes. On the last line, my fingering starts in first position. Drop a little bit here. Grow, shift to third position. By the time I start those quarter notes, I'm in third position. Big ring and big vibrato. I stay in third position for the next one. I could alternately go down to first position. This one is more a matter of personal choice. And then the last one, my favorite place to do it is in second position so that I can easily vibrate my third finger on the G. You could also do it in first position. Just make sure that when you get to that eighth note, you give it a little wiggle with your fourth finger if you're in first position. The other important thing to note about this last entrance is that there are no more accents. Whenever we're preparing an excerpt for an audition, we really want to keep our eye on three important things. Number one, intonation. We want to make sure we're playing the right notes and that they're in tune. Number two, rhythm. We want to make sure we understand the tempo of the excerpt and can accurately depict the rhythms written on the page in a steady tempo. And number three, our sound production. We want to make sure that we have a good tone and that we're accurately doing all of our dynamics and articulations without sacrificing the beauty of our sound. Let's go ahead and try the excerpt with the metronome at full tempo. Noticed that the eighth note stroke sounds shorter at tempo. Throughout the entire practicing process, I've been trying to keep my bow in a similar part of the bow, about the balance point of the bow. Everybody's balance point is a little bit different, but you want to roughly be in this general area. As you get to tempo, the stick of the bow will naturally start to bounce a little bit if you have a good bow arm and are relaxed in the right part of the bow. Once we get to 100 equals the half note, we will have a little bit of this bounce or brushiness in our stroke. Happy practicing and good luck on your audition.